aka Manto. The name itself sends shivers down your spine. This is not just any ghost, this is a legend, a dark entity from Japan, pure nightmare fuel. It lurks in the shadows, waiting, always waiting. This spirit preys on the vulnerable. When you are most alone, it offers no mercy, only terror, unspeakable terror. This is the ultimate encounter with the unknown, a true manifestation of fear itself. Are you ready for this? Its name translates to red cloak or red cape, sinister, a terrifying figure, often described wearing a flowing cloak and a mask concealing its true face. What horrors lie beneath? Its presence brings an unnatural cold, a sudden chilling dread. You feel it wash over you. Something is terribly, terribly wrong. A silent warning, a sign of the darkness that is about to unfold. This entity is pure evil, unadulterated, unrelenting. Evil, it wants one thing, your fear, and then perhaps your very soul. Where does this phantom make its chilling, terrifying appearance? The most private, unassuming places. Think school toilets, public conveniences, late at night when the silence is deafening. It often favors the last stall. The one at the very end, isolated. This is its chosen hunting ground, its terrifying domain of darkness. Imagine the scene. You are trapped, utterly exposed, vulnerable. The door of the cubicle seems to seal you in. There is no escape. The red cloak has found its next unsuspecting victim. It is watching. The encounter, they say, always begins in the same terrifying way. A voice, soft, deceptive, almost gentle, but laced with an undeniable malice. It asks a simple question, a seemingly innocent choice presented to you. But this choice, it is a death sentence. No matter what you decide, there is no right answer here, no clever way to win this twisted game. aka Manto plays with its prey. It relishes the growing palpable fear. This is not just a simple haunting, it is a cruel, inescapable trap, a doorway to unimaginable horrors. Do you dare to even listen? The legend of aka Manto. It's old, very old, some believe. Whispers suggest its origins trace back to early 20th century Japan. Stories began to circulate, passed down in hushed, fearful tones, especially in schoolyards, where children are most susceptible to fear, a boogeyman for a new era, a modern spectre of pure dread. But its roots might go deeper, much deeper into Japan's history, a land rich with spirits, yokai, ancient fears given form. This entity taps into something primal, something truly ancient. This terrifying tale spread like an unseen, chilling wildfire from town to town, from one terrified school to another, a chilling narrative that gripped the imagination hard. Every child soon knew the name. Every child felt the icy fear. aka Manto became a household name, synonymous with toilet terror. A true urban legend, born from collective anxiety, nurtured by fear. It became part of the country's shadowy folklore. A dark stain, a warning whispered in the dark corners of everyday life. Japanese folklore is filled with tales of spirits in unusual places. Toilet ghosts, believe it or not, are a known phenomenon. Hanako-san is another famous spirit, said to haunt school toilets, but aka Manto is different, distinctly more malicious, more direct. It doesn't just aim to scare, it forces a horrifying interaction. It presents a deadly choice, a choice with no correct, safe answer. This specific, cruel methodology sets it far apart from other spirits. It makes the legend far more personal and infinitely more terrifying. The red cloak itself, what does it symbolize? Blood? Danger? Some stories paint a picture of a handsome man in life, hounded relentlessly by admirers. He sought refuge from them. Perhaps he hid in toilets to escape. Now he returns. A vengeful spirit. His methods of dealing with those he encounters are brutal, unforgiving. This is not just a simple ghost story told for cheap thrills. It's a stark warning, a cautionary tale embedded in deep fear. The red cloak is a messenger of a grim, unavoidable fate. Picture this scene. You are completely alone, isolated. Perhaps it is late at night, a deserted school toilet block, or maybe a seldom-used public loo. The air is heavy, still. The lights flicker erratically. An eerie, unsettling silence hangs. You attend to your private business. You reach for the toilet paper, but there is none. A cold, sharp dread begins to fill the air. A sudden realization dawns. You are not alone in this place. Something dark is with you, watching, waiting. Then the voice. It seems to come from nowhere or everywhere at once. Akai kami, aoi kami, red paper or blue paper, red or blue. The question hangs heavy in the claustrophobic air, threatening. Your heart pounds like a drum against your ribs, your mind races. What do you do? What can you possibly do in such a situation? This is pure psychological torment, a game of life and death. The voice waits, patient, unseen, knowing the outcome. Your choice will seal your fate, irrevocably. Choose red. Akai Kami, you might whisper, your voice trembling. A terrible, terrible mistake. A fatal error in judgment. The spirit, some say, lets out a chilling scream. You like red? Then the red cloak itself appears, and with it, unbearable agony. Victims are said to be slashed, flayed alive, torn apart violently. Your own blood paints the cubicle walls a horrifying crimson. A gruesome end, matching the very color you chose, the ultimate price. This is the reward for choosing red, a brutal, bloody demise. Choose blue, Aoi Kami. Surely that must be the safer option. Wrong, dead wrong, absolutely terrifyingly wrong. The spirit's response to this choice is just as grim, just as final. Victims choosing blue are said to be strangled, suffocated, or in other versions, all their blood is drained from their body, leaving them pale, lifeless, a ghastly shade of blue, cold. Some legends say asking for any other color means being dragged down, to the underworld, to an eternity of suffering. There is no escape. Schools all across Japan, they still buzz with these dark stories. Children dare each other to go to the dreaded last stall, to whisper the spirit's name, to tempt fate itself. Some students claim to hear the voice, that chilling, fateful question. They run screaming, their faces pale with genuine terror. The fear is real, it is tangible, it haunts the school hallways. This is more than just a simple story for many. It feels real, a dark presence that lingers long after the bell rings. The psychological impact of AKA Manto, it's huge, undeniable. People, even adults, genuinely fear using public toilets alone. Especially older, more isolated facilities, the fear is ingrained. The legend taps directly into a primal, deep-seated fear, vulnerability, being caught in a private, exposed moment, isolation, the terror of the unknown waiting just out of sight. It makes your skin crawl, your hairs stand on end. Even just thinking about it can bring on a lingering dread. Modern culture keeps the terrifying legend of AKA Manto alive. It appears in manga, in anime, in chilling films, in video games. The horrifying story is retold, reimagined for new audiences. Each version often adds new layers, new depths to the terror. It spreads like a virus online, through forums and social media, reaching new generations across the globe. The fear is universal. The image of the red cloak and its deadly, impossible question. It is unforgettable. A chilling, enduring icon of Japanese horror. So why does AKA Manto still terrify us so profoundly today? Because the encounter it offers is deeply personal, intrusive. It invades a private, vulnerable moment with no warning. It offers an impossible choice, a terrifying no-win scenario. This taps into our deepest anxieties, our fear of helplessness, the dread of the inevitable, the unknown that controls our fate. AKA Manto is not just another ghost story, it is much more. It's a manifestation of our deepest, darkest fears. And it's waiting, always,